Okay, so we're gonna be watching some Polish league today. So it's Zaksa versus Luk Lubin, which Zaksa has Erik Shoji, one of the best liberos in the world. And then Kurek, one of the best right sides in the world. He didn't have the greatest Olympics, but he's on the Polish national team. He's very, very good. This guy right here, not sure who he is. These two are the two outsides, okay? I don't know who they are, but I'm assuming they're very good because they're in the Polish league. And then Venero, one of the best players in the world. That's Wilfredo Leon right there. I don't know why it's Venero. Maybe that's his middle name, and then it's all this and that. I have no idea how it works. And then he actually didn't get the most swings. It was Malinowski. So we'll see who that guy is too. But yeah. Also, I think it's Janusz. He's the Polish setter. So lots of good players. The Polish league's a very, very good league. So let's get into it. Starting off with a bomb from Wilfredo Leon there. Erik Shoji couldn't even dime it, right there. Boom, boom. Lots of stuff. I just want to watch this back real quick. Kurek makes a move, gets the block. Tough cover. Okay, out of bounds. And I also saw with the stats, they're gonna target Wilfredo Leon a ton right here, but I mean that's just the normal thing that anyone would do. Really good block move here. And look how he finishes his block move with his hands back to the middle of the court here. So right here, he's reaching towards the ball, and then as it's about to hit him, he finishes it as it hits him. He finishes it, especially with that left hand, you see, finishes it back towards the middle of the court, and he gets the block because of it. Because if he just stays here and doesn't do anything about it, it could easily hit him and then go out of bounds. So that's why he finishes into the middle of the court there. Really good block move. Really good run. Really good pass to transition here too. Gets it high. Once he's done with the pass, he stops, goes right from where he is. It's really good right there. No wasted movements, which is a very big and very important thing in high level volleyball. Is just not wasting a bunch of movements. I think the Japanese national team is very, very good at that. Is like when they transition off the net and they go to take their route to go swing or whatever, they don't waste any movements. Everything they do is fluent and fluid and really good. Hey, Wilfredo Leon getting a little bit saucy here. I've never seen him do this. I mean, I would if I'm that middle, I'm jumping with him all day. Like this is a huge human, probably one of the best players in the world, trying to bust attackers in the world, starting that up. That's crazy. I've never seen Wilfredo Leon do that. That's awesome, though. I mean, that right there is huge testament to how big and widespread that is in the men's game now. Because even Wilfredo Leon is setting it off because he's expecting people to jump with him. I mean, it didn't really work out phenomenally, but it's Wilfredo Leon. Yeah, it's fine. He did just fine. Go to the outside, bang, right there. He has such a low and stable approach, and then he just explodes up. It's such a interesting thing, and he's very similar to Eugene Ishida in that because like they don't bounce up and down when they approach. Very interesting. I'm not sure how good Wilfredo Leon is as a blocker, you know? Obviously he can make some really good block moves, but like reading the game is what I'm talking about here. I'm not sure because I mean he just got beat right there on that last one. Not this one, but the last one. Or he got tooled because he like started biting on the middle. Not sure. Yeah, and like no matter what, no matter where he is, you have to keep your eyes on him the entire game, which as a setter, you can just play off of that so much. Like that's how like if you have a really good player who is obviously going to get more sets than everyone else, you can use their focus on that guy to get better opportunities for the other people and make them better. What the fuck? What the heck's happening here? What was that? That was weird. Mhm. Yep, they play it. He had to go outside the court there, run away. If he sets him, oh my gosh, and he sets him. That's crazy. That's crazy trust right there. He must have called it too, and he gets the kill. That's funny. I don't know who that guy is, but good for him, man. Let's see who he was. Shmura. I don't know how to say that name. I don't know how old Wilfredo Leon is. He's getting older. He's definitely like at least 33, maybe even older. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's tough. And like this is an example of not letting the biggest player in the world reach and hit it at his peak. He's scrunched down, his arm swing's not fully extended, like that's the exact opposite of what you want with a player like Wilfredo Leon. You want to let him reach, let him get it at his peak, let him jump as high as he wants. He's a huge human, there's no point in limiting that. Good tip. It takes Kurek out. Kurek's no longer an option, so it's fine for Wilfredo Leon to jump with either the middle or the setter. But if I'm that middle, he just kind of loses his explosiveness by going up on his toes here. He like jumps and then he's not able to really move over very fast because of that. Oh, I think David Smith plays on this team too. Yeah, number 15 right here. I think. Let me check. I hate doing this while I'm watching, but I just want to check. Sorry, guys. Yeah, David Smith. Yep. David Smith is one of the most technically sound middles in the world, in my opinion. Like I think he has the fundamentals down to a T. He closes blocks extremely well. He's not some massive seven footer. He's still a pretty big dude who jumps decently high, but he's just so consistent and so fundamentally sound. And like he's not going to make a ton of errors. He's a very trustworthy player to have. Like right here, it's good. It's a good move here. And I saw a video of him talking to a player recently because the player was like making a move like this, and then they put their hands off the net to like try and get a soft block. And he's like, no, no, I want you to press wherever you are, press over the net no matter where you are, because you can make yourself faster. You can get faster and get better at making those moves, but you're not going to be able to improve at doing that type of stuff right there. So very interesting from a very, very high level volleyball mind right there. To Wilfredo Leon aces him off the tape. Yeah, and these guys are gonna cheat over to Wilfredo Leon. Like you see, this libero, he's just primed to take that seam. Like he's taking that seam from Wilfredo Leon. So if it's in his lap, okay, yeah, he can pass it. If it's not, get out of there, go swing, go get a kill like he just did. Absolute bomb right here. And this is another cool thing from Wilfredo is he has such a great serve. Obviously, he missed that last one, but still. Wow, this guy came in flying. Wow, he's up there. Holy crap. Yeah, sorry. Floater to the hybrid. Two pass to Kurek. Yeah, and Kurek, I think he's getting older as well, but he did not have the greatest Olympics. Multiple times I saw him get subbed out. Um, yeah, not the most fun thing to see because he used to be a very, very dominant player, like one of the best players in the world, in my opinion. But yeah, I wouldn't say he fell off, but he's just getting older. He's getting towards the end of his prime, that's for sure. It's fair enough. He's getting older. You can't really hold that against him. Over here, no, he's not. Good dunk right to the middle of the court. And like on situations like this, obviously the misconnection, whatever, you still try and do something decent with it. Like this is him putting pressure on it. He's not really trying to score with this. He's trying to put pressure on them because like, okay, even if they have to make a decent defensive move to get it, but it's not really like a risky play by him. He's just trying to put on pressure instead of like, oh, I have to bomb and go for the kill and whatever. And a lot of the time, if you consistently put pressure on the team, they're going to break at some point. Like they're going to break in a ton of different ways. Let's see why this happens. Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. Let's see why this happens here. Did it go OT? Yeah, okay. I think it's just OT. Or in between his arms. It might have been in between his arms, but yeah, it's Wilfredo Leon right there. It's a really nice angle. Ball dies inside. Why does the ball die inside? Ball dies inside, but Kurek sees it so early. Oh, he's jumping inside anyways. And he just continues his jump. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so I think this is a good example of why you should, as a righty outside attacker, you should be approaching from kind of at an angle, like going into the court, because he could jump straight up from here, but he sees that the ball is a little bit inside. So then he jumps forward, takes a sharp cross. Hope you guys get what I'm saying there. Zaksa up 22-19 in the first. Crazy angle by Wilfredo Leon. And this right here is a great example of why I like it when when righties attack from inside the court, kind of straight on, because from this angle, he can hit, if he hits straight forward, it's perfectly down the line. And then he can also go crossbody like that, and it's insane angle. Okay. And like you still have 98% power when you're going crossbody like that, you know? Like you lose almost no power when you do that. Oh, he just tried to rip that one. Oof. Who is good swing by this guy, honestly, like getting behind the ball, still taking a good swing, putting him out of system now. Wow, big swing. Ooh, what's happening here? I think it just slipped through his hands. Oh, yikes. Yeah, that'll happen though. I think in that scenario, if it's an overpass and it's like, okay, there's two blockers up with me, you should learn how to do, as Taylor Aver calls it, the golden eagle, where you set one of your teammates, you know? Kurek doing the middle screen, mid-play screen here. I like it. Messes with the blockers a little bit. I like it a lot. Hey, okay. This setter here, he's good. He's a good player too. This is this is why I love David Smith. Okay, he can do everything. He's a very technically sound player, not even just a middle, but a very technically sound player. He can just rip it from the back row and get a kill. Okay, he's a middle, and he's doing that. Every player should be able to just stand where they are while they're playing defense, jump, and take a good swing to like deep in the court, you know? Hmm. I'm intrigued why he did this. If I'm this guy right here, I might try and go behind Erik Shoji to get like a really good angle and try and attack from there, but you don't want to confuse Erik Shoji. You might as well just set it. So it's okay. Both works. Again, same thing. Similar here. You know, he at this point he could go down the line with a little bit of thumb down, you know, but that sharp cross is his bread and butter right there on that type of approach. If you're approaching at an angle, you're kind of I wouldn't say forced, but kind of incentivized to swing cross because it's just like where you can hit way harder. Good run. Same thing. Like maybe I can kind of explain it a little bit better. From here, since he's coming from this angle, let's see, look at the angle he's coming at. He's coming from here. Okay. To go down the line, his where his body is facing is, let's say, about here. Okay, because I think the angle was about here, probably to the sixth spot. Okay, so if he swings straight forward now, his straight forward swing is about here to the six, maybe a little bit deeper, about where Wilfredo Leon is. Okay. If he wants to swing down the line, he has to go like that and like kind of go thumb down, and I wouldn't say break his shoulder because the angle really isn't that extreme. But yeah, but then his straight up swing, his normal swing is cross. And it's like it's a little bit, he has more power, so much more power. And when I say incentivized to swing cross, it's because all of his momentum is going towards this way. And so like it's harder to swing down the line. That's all I mean. Maybe I talked too much about that, but I think you guys get what I'm saying. Ah, yeah, and on these types of situations, this type of situation where you're off the net, you have to be ultra disciplined not to swing to the six because if this block is up, they're gonna hood you every single time. Like it's very rare that you're gonna be able to chip that block off or anything like that if you're just swinging to the six. So you have to be ultra conscious of, okay, I'm 10 feet off the net, I'm 12 feet off the net, I'm far, I don't have the best opportunity here. I need to swing sharp as I possibly can, as hard as or as high as I possibly can. Or tip it, do something else. Decent tip here. Kurek releases, but he gets, oh shoot, what'd they call here? Maybe they called over by the setter. Uh, okay. I don't know. Ball doesn't lie, so suck on that. Zaksa. Yeah, Zaksa is one of the best teams in the world, if I if I if memory serves me correctly. Like I think for a few years in a row now they've won um I don't know what the European Championships or whatever it might be called. I don't know what it would be called, but they've won a lot of different tournaments and leagues and so they're one of the best teams in the world. Erik Shoji. I wonder how much Erik Shoji is getting paid. I really do not know. I wonder how much Kurek's getting paid too for a hometown beast. I'm really not sure, but I'm pretty sure these guys are getting paid a decent amount of money. But who knows? Liberos don't really get paid as much as right sides do, so I would assume that Kurek is getting paid more than Shoji is. I could be wrong though, because Shoji's an American. Who knows? Who cares? They're playing the sport that they love. Who cares? It's a really nice run here. I like that. I like where he approaches from too. Okay. So the ball's back here. He's setting from here. Look at where he's jumping from. He's jumping from almost the 10-foot line, almost the 3-meter line. Okay. He has to keep that ball in front of him. Okay. He can't just go jump a foot away from the net and expect the setter to throw it in front of him. He has to help that setter, make it easier for him to put it in front of him, his arm. And to do that, you got to approach from off the net. Same thing here for David Smith. He approaches from the 10-foot line to make it easier for the setter to hit him and get it into his window. Because your window as a middle is slightly in front of you. Everyone's window is slightly in front of them. Okay. So, like, obviously, the perfect set is right in front of you. So, a middle, make it easier by approaching from a little bit off the net if that's where the ball is going. And if the ball's right on the net, you still need to keep spacing from the net, or else you're not going to be able to take any sort of swings. You're just gonna feel jammed every time. If you feel jammed every time, like the setter is not getting it in front of you, and like you're going like this all the time, and I don't know, it feels like a weird angle every time you swing. Your spacing from the net is probably what's screwing you up. Two pass from Leon there. David Smith playing some defense, cutting this down the line. That's beautiful. Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of a similar concept though. Like his angles from there, he can swing both ways. There's a reason that he's not approaching straight from here. Because then it would be almost impossible to swing to that sharp cross. Oh, hello, that's a bomb. Hello, that's a bomb. We got 17-9. Zaksa's just owning it right now. This is a fun run. I like this a lot. He gets under the ball real well, finds a window. Obviously, it doesn't work perfectly, but it works. Who's that guy? I feel like he looks familiar. I like these guys just hitting it really hard right now, too. Like, you're up 17-9. Go for the play. Go for the play that's going to hype you guys up, get you a little bit of extra momentum. Like if you're up 18-10, you can probably assume that the other team is gonna make a few sloppy, unclean plays. So you probably could, if you feel like it, go for a few highlights, But still scoring is cooler than not scoring. So in my mind, scoring a point is cooler than a highlight. So any point that you score is a highlight, in my opinion. And this is a few times now that this guy, I think, has swung into the block on these types of plays, where it's like a solid double block, solid triple block, and he just doesn't swing sharp enough or high enough to go around the ball. Oh my gosh, this guy's just getting owned right now. I'm sorry. Really good block move there. And like he's alone. Sorry if I'm messing with you guys' brain here. He's alone. He might as well go for a hard angle here. Like obviously this guy could probably go even sharper, but he's back row, so he doesn't really need to cover that sharp cross that much. That's just a nice swing. He probably read that guy's shoulder. It probably wasn't like a predetermined, oh, okay, next time I go up, I'm going to take crosses. Probably just as he's going up, as he jumps, oh, I think that guy's swinging cross. I'm going to take cross. But that's why it's important to be looking at the hitter as you're blocking, like keep your head up. If a coach tells you to like put your head down while you're blocking so you don't get hit in the face or anything, they're wrong. You need to be able to see the hitter. You need to be able to read the hitter. If you're not looking at the hitter, there's no way that you can read anyone's arm swing or like make a move into a certain angle because that's where they're swinging. You need to be able to see. Wow. They were just owning them on that second set there to up 2-0 now. And Lubin is going to make a comeback here though. Right off the bat, they get Kurek. And same thing here. Like, I mean, if he comes in at less of an angle, like this is an extreme angle. And obviously Kurek hits it very high and he is very good. But like right here, with how much momentum is going towards the cross, he has almost zero option to swing it down the line, especially when you have this guy's the smaller blocker here, like that's why I'm not a fan of him approaching from that far outside the court. It just takes a lot more effort to swing down the line if all your momentum and your shoulders are all facing towards that cross. Wow, Kurek gets ace there. Up 3-1 to start the third set here for Luk Lubin. It's a really nice one. Deep to that court. Like that as that defender, you can't really do much about that. That feels like it's going out when it's coming at you too, and then it just hits right in the corner. Beautiful. Beautiful swing. I think Leon kind of slowed down there. Didn't trust his setter fully, maybe. Yep, go to him out of system. And he attacks the smaller head or the smaller blocker here. Attacks those hands. And he's hitting it from a really high point, so it's not like he has to go up to get the hands. He can actually still swing into the court and hit his hands. If Wilfredo Leon blocked here, he would have gotten it. Look at how high he reaches when he's just standing there, though. Crazy. He is a specimen, man. He is a beast. Cuban man. I don't know when he switched his citizenship to Polish. I assume that it was. I'm not gonna assume. I'm not gonna assume anything. I don't want to get in trouble for anything. Screw that. Not worth it. I always thought that he was a Cuban defector, if you guys know what that word is. It's like, oh, I don't like the Cuban government. I'm gonna leave. I don't know. That could be wrong though. Who knows? He could have also just said, no, I like Poland more, and I could get paid more if I come over here. Also, like with uh with a lot of the Italian leagues, you they have a limit to how many um non-European players can be on the roster and on the court at a certain point. So that he probably also did that in like a for a business purpose too. But then he plays with them for the Olympics because I mean Cuba hasn't really done great in the Olympics recently. So He says, "No, I'm gonna play with Poland and see if I can get a gold medal." He did not. I don't think. Did they medal? Yeah, they got silver. They got silver. Ooh, takes a lot there. Goes wide, starts to close it a little bit. Hmm. And as a middle, if you're going straight on with someone, you gotta know the tendencies of the blocker, and you just have to take it high or really sharp. Because if you're like face to face with someone, they're gonna be able to take a lot away from you. Right here, he he's not straight up, he's not face to face with him. So he has a lot more room because look at how much smaller David Smith's block is there compared to if he was straight up, if he was like straight face to face with him. That's why I think it's super important to move around your middle's routes while you're playing because it just keeps that middle on his toes, makes him move around, and like if you can find spacing from that guy, that's you're gonna get a big advantage. Tries to take it down the line. It's a good block though. Watch his left hand here, presses it real well. Kind of stares him down a little bit too. Ooh, talking a wee bit of smack there, it seems like. Out of system. They're serving Wilfredo Leon a ton right now. And it's definitely working out. Is that Schlifka? No, it's not. Okay. It's just a young guy. I think Schlifka was on this team last year on Zaksa. I don't know where he is now. I don't know. Schlifka's a Polish lefty, real creative son of a gun. Does a lot of cool stuff. And yeah, very good player on the Polish national team. He was a starter, I believe. Oh, that was out of bounds. That's a rare serve. You don't see that much. Lefty cutting it short there. You don't see that too much. That's a good serve. I feel like this isn't as good of a serve as if you short serve over here though, because look at how much space he is. There's no one really to get confused with, but also he's like kind of just on his route now, and he scores off of it. I like that guy. I like him. Number 13, he's a powerful kid, whoever he is. Oh, that's a big swing. See, this is a nice swing here. This is a really nice swing. Yeah. Defenders couldn't get it, blockers couldn't get it. That's a really nice swing there. Not swinging for the line, or he's not swinging with the six anymore now. Beautiful. I think he did not get hands there. Wow. He looks Kurek, Kurek, Kurek. You big, large human. And he gets a serve sub in for him, I believe. Did this go squeak through the block? It squeaked through the block. Is past tense of squeak squoke? That squoke through the block there. Over the top. Beautiful. I like him throwing his hand up like that and then just selling out. Like, I mean, I like him selling out and just not helping the middle there, because when it's close like this and the laps over or when the setting trajectories overlap a good bit and like, oh, this guy's definitely gonna get faked out. You just gotta go one on one for both of these guys here. You gotta be okay with it. And he gets the block. Yeah. That was a really good read too, because I mean, if he reads wrong there and jumps with the middle, it's a bounce. It's a bounce for that outside. Like nobody's up. It's a highlight play. But then if he says, screw this, I'm not helping with the middle, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, what he did was much better than a lot of people would do there. Because I personally, yeah, I think there's a higher percentage. I think the one-on-one percentage is probably very similar because that middle, when it gets moved forward like that, I say the middle just hops right in front of that middle, the blocker. This is why I say David Smith is such a technical and beautifully fundamental human being. Boom, beautiful press. Watch the full move. Beautiful. Boom. Fundamental. Technically sound. No notes on it at all. And if I really want to learn more about what middle blockers need to do, I'm straight up saying you need to watch more David Smith because he is so technically sound, makes zero mistakes. Even on this one when it's in system, you have four options coming at you. He's still able to get a good soft touch here. Disciplined. He's patient, and then he goes. Yeah, that's one of the things that makes David Smith great is his patience as a blocker. He doesn't guess, and that's something you really got to take note of because he's not just gonna go willy-nilly and guess unless he like needs to make sure he's up in the middle. Like he committing and guessing are two different things. So yeah, he doesn't guess. Like right there, like right here. He loads a little bit just in case he has to jump, but then he throws all of his weight into his right leg and pushes off. But good stuff, man. The the art of Wilfredo Leon, man, just being able to be physical. Oh gosh, man. Yeah. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Ooh, wow. Okay, off the net here. That's crazy. That's a weird one. That's a weird play. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, 24-22. Close one here. Close set. Kurek gets the kill. Yeah, Wilfredo Leon's not the best defender either. But man, is he physical. He can do some really dang physical stuff like swing from the top of the antenna and bounce it straight over the top of your head. Wow. There's been a lot of perfect split step here, by the way. Watch it. I'll give you guys a few more seconds. Watch the split step. Split step, boom, close block. What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying, but out of bounds. Whips it right out of bounds there. Wilfredo Leon not passing well this game, not passing well at all. But they still win this set, I believe, and then they lose in the fifth, as far as I know. This one, has to make a real big move. He has to drift into the block there. And I want to show you guys something too. If you're going to have to make a big move like this and drift into that outside blocker, look at where he hits. He drifts and then he rolls off this guy. Okay. He puts his butt into the guy first, rolls off of him so that he doesn't just land on his ankle, break both their ankles for no reason. Gosh, my tummy is grumbling right now. Okay. It was a nice sharp line swing there for that right side, but yeah, again, like Kurek swings down the or to the cross almost every time. Lubin needs those points though, like those lucky little kick digs there. They're not playing their cleanest game. They're getting beat a lot, but that's a really nice kill there. Just off the hands, deep into the court. That's a good run. I like this. I think he should have set David Smith here though, but it works out. But it works out. It does. He probably would have had a one-on-one no matter where he went there, just because it's a perfect pass. And it's kind of like a quick one. Forces people to make decisions. Almost a good dig by Erik Shoji there. Erik Shoji's one of the best in serve receive in the world as well. I don't know about defense. I feel like there's like Grebenikov is probably better at defense than him, but I think he's the best in serve receive in the world. Most likely. I could be wrong. Libero's hit me up if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I need to hear it from the Libero though. Ooh, a little reverse float from that number 13. I like that guy. Wow. Bomb. Yeah, that's a quick attack by Wilfredo Leon there. Jeez, man. He bounced that puppy. See, like this is what I'm talking about. If he wants to swing line here, since he's coming at an angle, the way he has to do it, he has to go thumb down an extreme amount. And I think it worked out, but it's just a harder swing. That's all I'm saying. And I think you can like you don't have to give up power down the line or anything like that. Like I think you can, if you come at it straight, I think you can accomplish the same thing, if not better, in my opinion. Gosh, I'm hungry. Oh my goodness, my tummy is grumbling. Wow, that's a nice swing there. And like he gets around this ball, gets behind the ball, like his hand is behind the ball here. He's able to take it almost completely down the line. It's a really nice one. Like if you're going a crossbody like that, you have to make sure that you're getting around the ball enough because if you don't, then you're getting blocked. And if you do too much, then it's going out of bounds. So it's a really precise angle that you kind of have to work on. Breaks it through the second and third blocker there. Little zip there. I don't mind this at all. Instead of out of system, he just goes a little bit of a zip, some might call it. Almost works out, doesn't. Goes to the outside. Down the line, I think that might be in. He might be mad though. Oh, that's in all day. That was a nice swing. How do they? Maybe it's a 3-1. I don't remember. Is this game a 3-1? I don't think so. Wow. Big old block there. Let's see that move one more time. And look at how much he tracks the ball here with his footwork, okay? Like between this step and the next step, that's where he finds the ball and then he goes straight up. Okay. And he jumps straight up and then he can make his move from there. He drifts about an inch. Okay. Yeah. Short serving Leon. Beautiful there. Beautiful short serve. Now there's no pipe option. Now there's no Leon. So you have a much simpler offense that you have to defend against. Still they score, but if you can short serve Leon, that's going to give you a better option than if you short serve somebody else or if you just serve someone else. Obviously, you can't do it every time, or else someone else is just going to step in and take it like a free ball. But this is something that's UCI like, okay, with like Heno and Flexen. They just jump really high, tip it right over the block, and they tip it hard too. Like they're throwing it from over top of the block. That's a UC Irvine type of thing there, and I really like that. I think that's a great tool to have is to be able to tip it from above the block. Obviously, you have to be big, you have to be physical. Kurek clapping to try and freak someone out doesn't work out. Oh, that's a nice angle. Yeah, that's a really nice serve. That's a yeah, fair enough. If I'm that guy passing, fair enough, man. He goes for it again, but wow. I mean, he barely misses. Those are some nice serves. Wilfredo Leon puts him out of system. Good dig there. Just sits right in, sits right behind the block. I just want to see this dig one more time. Sits right in that arm swing, pops it up high. Yeah, yeah, and like when you're playing defense, you can't really expect to put yourself in system. Like it's not like a serve receive ball. With defense, you're just trying to pop it high. I'm making that noise a lot this time. But you're trying to just pop it high because if you're trying to put it too tight while that setter's back row and playing defense, you might screw him over. You might make him not be able to go get that ball. So like one thing you guys probably have heard is like 20 and 10. If it's like a hard swing, yeah, put it 20 and 10. If it's not, if it goes off the block or something, you better dime it. That's when you should definitely dime it and take care of that ball. That's barely out of bounds. How do they lose this set? I think they lose the set, right? I'm gonna not check and I'm gonna just let it ride out. But 14-17, Lubin's making that comeback. Short serve, got to go to Kurek. And like this is I'll admit this is a pro of coming in at this angle. It is much easier, not much easier, but it's a little bit easier to hit this angle. But yet he's still taking it cross body. Like to go that sharp, he still takes it cross body. It's a phenomenal swing right there, though. Like righty right sides, if you can learn how to do what Kurek did right there on that last swing, definitely do it. Bomb, bomb. Yeah, it hits it really hard straight at the guy, jams him up high. He's not doing much there. Okay, 16-19, out of bounds. 16-20. Do they win the set? I don't know. I'm so confused. 2017, let's see. Floater. Set gets moved backwards. Swings. It's a really nice soft touch. Really, really good help by Leon here. Just going for the soft block, letting it just bounce off the top of his hand. Big, big swing. This is right here what makes Leon one of the best players in the world. He can go over the top of this block, hit the hands, and it's like a dual threat because it hits the top of his hands. It's still extremely hard. Like it's still super, super powerful even off those hands. Like he can just hit it off the hands so easily. Okay, 21-18. What happens in the set? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know what happens here. Is that in? That's in. That's definitely in. But this is what I'm talking about. Like when he approaches from here, him and Kurek have completely different approaches, but yet they're both able to hit sharp cross like this. Oh, out of bounds. Wow, 22-19. Janusz served it up, floated to number five, inbounds. Yeah, Erik Shoji's mad at himself here. He wants to be able to get that. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to defend, you know? Like you don't want to give up that actual line. If you hit that line seam, it's just tough to defend. It's like right over your right shoulder almost. 22-20. Bang. Bang down. Nice. Nice. And like obviously I would say this blocker here should be making a swing block move and covering more line. Like he gave up a lot of line here. He's the guy's able to swing to that line seam. But hey, maybe that's their game plan. Maybe these guys know more than me. They probably do. But I'm just saying he gave up a lot of line there. Oh, these are okay. Now I understand why they came back. This is like a slow burn. They're not. It's not like one big run. It's a few spurts that gets them back in this game. Now it's what happens here? Why? What is he under or in the net or something? What's happening? They call it double? Let me see. Give me a second here, guys. What'd they call here? The drop? I'm confused. Okay. Okay. Oh, he got blocked. I thought it was on their side. Sorry, guys. Let's keep watching. 23-22. This is a really nice serve. And like I would say aiming, if you're hybriding from here, aiming towards this, I would say, yeah, probably right here. Because you don't want to aim here or else anything to the right is kind of screwed. You want to aim about where this guy's standing here, like right on the end line, deep into the court, because then if you get that right there, really hard to pass. Like really, really tough one to pass there. Okay, Janusz putting it high for Kurek. Kurek gets blocked for the fourth set win. All right, now we're into the fifth set. Good serve. Good take care of on that serve receive though. Yeah, and like this is why I think it's fine for people to reach back and try to put that ball up, but you have to be patient with it and you have to make sure that you're gonna do it right and pop it up instead of confuse the defenders. Because if you swing at it and miss, then as the defender, I'm looking at you like, oh, he's gonna get it, and then you miss it, and then I'm like, oh shoot, and then it just drops. So you just gotta make sure that you put it up if you are doing that. Like this is a play. This is a one of those plays where I think that this guy right here should be ready to just zip it fast to this guy tight to the net instead of putting it up high because there's nobody here. If he zips it fast, Leon's not going to be able to catch it. Leon's not going to be able to get over there. And Kurek's just going to have an open net and just be able to wrap it or like, I don't know, like kind of like an overpass. I don't know what you'd call that motion, but like a wrist down type of bang. I don't know. Like knocking. Yeah, knocking almost. I don't know. Yeah, hopefully I can get a situation like that sometime soon where I can just zip it to my buddy. Zip it to whoever's standing over there. We'll see if I get a situation. I have a game Friday. Maybe it'll happen there. Wow, this is a nice move by this setter here. This is very impressive. He's falling away from it. He's able to just press and hold it. Boom. Wow, keeps it alive though. Some kick saves and such. Fast tempo. Fast tempo to Leon, man. But Leon still contacts it at such a high point. So like he doesn't have to aim. He doesn't have to aim when he's doing that. Maybe Kita should start doing something like that too. Because Kita can be stopped, I'd say, with that type, like a high tempo. Overpass for Leon. With a quick one, you got to take care of it. Right side. Why does this trickle through? Yeah, it's just not a good enough triple block move by this 35 here, you know? This guy's running away so much. You need to cheat a little bit more than you did here, guy. Okay, look at where he is. He's here. He realizes this is bad pass recognition by this number 35 here. He doesn't recognize that this, especially his body language too, like he's not gonna launch it over to number 13. What are you still doing waiting? Move over a bit. Because if he tries to reverse it to here, you're gonna have time, man. You're gonna have a lot of time. But then instead he makes this move, leaves a bunch of space, doesn't press over the net, and gets that ball to trickle on their side. Like tisk tisk. Bad pass recognition, bad game IQ for that play at least. I'm not trying to say that guy's dumb, but that was a bad play for him for sure. I do when your player is when in a scenario like this where you do have to put it high and stuff, I think it's very important to put this ball tight because his approach was from here, you know, like he has nothing else really. And so right here, this is the best swing that he can take in that type of scenario. Like it puts him out of system. So good cover, good take care of it. Ooh, that's a nice block though by Janusz. Wow, that's a good high press. Getting over top of that ball, wrapping it with the wrists, bringing it back into the middle of the court there, like we talked about right off the bat. Well, Wilfredo Leon playing some interesting defense here. If he was deeper, it could have been right in his lap instead of right in his shoulders, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. It was a good read by him. Like he read the play really well, but he just didn't execute it perfectly, so to speak. Good patience. See, like, this is when patience can be kind of exploited, so to speak. If you're playing against a very patient blocker where he's going to wait to make sure he's not jumping before this guy gets set, you know? Because this guy, now he's late, but it wasn't a perfect connection. So, but that's good pass recognition by David Smith because on a perfect pass, David Smith's probably not going to wait. He's probably going to jump at the middle because like you don't want to be late when it's a perfect connection. You'd rather leave the pipe alone, you know. But um if he still is patient, then yeah, whatever. But good pass recognition by David Smith, knowing that it wasn't like a perfect pass. Good route by David Smith. I don't know how many swings he gets, but that's the thing too, is wow, absolute bomb down the line. But that's the thing as well is David Smith is more of a middle blocker than a middle hitter. Right, that's my chicken in the oven. I got some food in the oven. But yeah, good grab by that third blocker. I like this guy pushing him because like who knows, maybe this guy turns around and doesn't see a bunch of it. He pushes him over, gets neutral. They put a decent block up there, it just sneaks through. Erik Shoji was getting hyped up a bit there. I like it. Then they ace Wilfredo Leon. This is a good serve. I really like this serve because it's a hard angle to make. He has to make a big angle to bring it back to perfect, you know? Yeah. Like if you mirror that, and so this guy's doing a reverse float to this guy, he doesn't have to make as big of an angle. Oh my gosh, come on. You're leaving way too much line for Wilfredo Leon there. Like, come on. This is just giving him the point at this point. Why is he even waiting? He should not be waiting here and making a shuffle move here. He should be making a full swing block against one of the best players in the world there. That's crazy. I don't know, maybe they got a certain game plan they want to stick to. I have no idea, but I didn't like that play at all by that blocker. Yeah, this is a nice run. Over the top, gets him a one-on-one. Bang. And this guy, see, this is what I'm talking about. He waits. He waited, and then he kind of was trying to be up for this guy. When it's like this, when it's a play that gets condensed to this half of the court over here, to like this little spot right here, this guy just needs to make sure he's up here on his primary option because this is not a big enough block move. Like the move that he makes is not good enough to block that good swing there when they're pretty much in system, I'd say. I hope you guys know what I'm saying. I talk so much. I say some random stuff sometimes, man. Oh, that third blocker was early. Off the hands. Wow. That's crazy that they saved it. Good for them. But they're gonna put it away right here. Knew it. What'd I tell you? The big swing against the big block. That's nice. Really sharp. And if you're going against a really, really big guy like this, like that's a really big blocker, sharp cross is your best bet. I'm telling you right now, sharp cross is your best bet. Unless they do something crazy and try and like jump really far and give you a ton of line, sharp cross is usually your best bet when you're going against a huge blocker like Wilfredo Leon is, you know? Out of bounds. That's game. Erik Shoji points it out. Thanks for watching, guys.